Hey everybody, it is tea time with the Diva. Grab your tea, grab your coffee, because we're going to get into it. This tea time is dedicated to Pastor Bishop Marvin Winans, who the other day there was a clip from his church that went viral, and we had the discussion on one of my trending topics, and we're going to add this discussion back to trending topics tonight because we got some new updates on the situation. So the recent update is he came and he explained himself and he said, look, it wasn't what y'all saw. I asked for, if you're giving this amount to get in this line, you're giving that amount to get in that line. Just wait your turn as I call you. But the top givers, and I'm summarizing it for y'all, they're going to come first and then everybody else will kind of trickle after. Even the one that's in the viral video, the parishioner, the church goer, she says she did not feel hurt or rebuked by the pastor. She said he gave instructions. I didn't follow instructions, so all is well. Listen, but he apologized. Now, let me get more into this video. Hold on one second. First, I'll show you his clip and on the news. I think this is the one I want to show. Okay,
But first, we need to clear up a major misunderstanding that's gone viral on social media.
On Sunday, Pastor Marvin Winans hosted a day of giving. Members of Perfecting Church were asked to donate $1,000 and raise another $1,000 to help finish the new sanctuary in Detroit and support their community programs. Pastor Winans asked those giving $2,000 or more to come to the front of the church first, with others following, from the largest donors to those donating as little as $1.62. But one member, Roberta McCoy, went viral after someone posted video of her coming to the front with less than $2,000, claiming she was rebuked by Pastor Winans. I spoke exclusively with both Pastor Winans and Roberta McCoy, who says she's been attacked online since that video began spreading. You're the woman in that viral video.
Right.
He did not rebuke you.
He absolutely did not rebuke me. Now, there's a difference. There was a correction, because let me clearly state that Pastor gave instruction on the lines to get into.
I was calling because the whole church was giving, and it was our day of giving, and the whole church was coming, and we didn't want people standing, the mothers and all that, so I was calling them by increments. And we had someone that had given out of before, and I corrected it, and I told everybody to listen and come when you call, and that's all that was.
Roberta told me Pastor Winans personally apologized to her. She's been a member of Perfecting Church since 2013 and has given faithfully over the years and will continue to do so.
And God bless her, right?
All right, so gospel.
Let me just click out of that. So let me share screen again. Shoot, 1 second, y'all. Okay, so Michigan pastor speaks out after backlash over viral video of him rebuking parishioners' donation. So a Michigan pastor who ignited outrage after appearing to question a church member's donation amount has spoken out. In a viral video taken from Perfection's church live stream, Roberta McCoy approached Bishop Marvin Winans at the front of their Detroit church and announced her prayers. Just pause that. McCoy, giving faith and stand in unity with Perfecting Church of sowing the seed of $1,000 plus $235, she says, standing next to her young son on Sunday morning. She continued that she was receiving the blessings that come to all who participate. The moment of generosity appeared to turn when Bishop Winans responded, "That's only $1,200. You're not listening to what I'm saying. If you have 1,000 plus 1,000. When McCoy said she would work on the other 800 that seemed to be required of each church member, Bishop replied, "That ain't what I asked you to do." The rest of the church responded with cheers and applause of acknowledgement, but footage of the moment quickly drew criticism online. But Winans has since clarified that it wasn't the dollar amount he took issue with, as the footage suggested. McCoy's donation was part of a fundraising service during which he asked the congregation to donate $1,000 of their own money and raise $1,000 in funds to help complete the church new sanctuary, according to the news in Detroit. Prior to the Bible Creek, Winans asked the congregation who had raised $2,000 or more to come to the front and share their donations first. Then he reportedly welcomed the rest of the church, whose offerings were as little as $1.62. McCoy said that the Bishop Winans personally apologized to her about the incident, said she has been a member of the church since 2013 and plans to continue giving. She defended the bishop and said that he was simply correcting her for coming to give before it was her turn. He absolutely did not rebuke me, she said. Viewers on Reddit were quick to ridicule Bishop's words after the live stream was clipped to the social media site. People sided with McCoy, saying he humiliated her and even rebuked her in front of the rest of the church. Martin Luther must be turning in his grave, wrote one viewer. This kind of thing is exactly what sparked the Reformation in the first place. Priests publicly shaming people over money and treating faith like a business. Back then, it was the selling of indulgences. Now it's fundraisers. Some lessons clearly weren't learned. This pastor bishop does not belong in leadership position in the church, said another. He should resign and make a public apology to the woman and her son. He needs to repent. Truly disgusting behavior by that bishop, added a third. According to the Independent, in 2023, the church was sued by the city of Detroit for a construction project that the city alleged had become a public nuisance. The city eventually dropped the lawsuit after reaching a deal with the church. The Detroit Free Press reported that in 2018, a church housekeeper claimed that she was told she had to donate all of her money for gifts for her supervisors. She also alleged that she had to tithe 10% of her income and was fired when she refused. According to Profession Church website, Winans is also a member of the Winans in 80s and 90s gospel group, which won 5 Grammy Awards. The Daily Mail reached out to Perfection Church for a comment and didn't receive one back. Listen, I have a lot to say about this situation. I will go into it in more detail tonight during Trending Topics, but I'll say this here and now. If this thing made it to a news outlet where he had to explain himself and explain the situation, to me, that in and of itself shows how problematic that situation was. If you're accepting donations high end to the low end, what does it matter in which order these individuals come up to give said donation? Whether you got your $1.62 or your $1,200 or your $2,000, what doesn't matter in what order you are in the line? You're all giving, it's all going to be acceptable according to him. So what doesn't matter at what time I give it? Because if you have the people that are giving $2,000 coming first, there's a separation right there in and of itself of the people, and we're in the church, right? And so out in the world, there's always this hierarchy. You live in an affluent neighborhood, I live in the poor neighborhood. You go to the rich school, I go to the poor school. You have a whole bunch of money because you have this iPhone and these sneakers and this jewelry and these bags. I have nothing because I'm carrying, maybe a bag that doesn't have a name on it. So now within the church, you're going to continue that separation. These are just diva thoughts, right? You continue that separation by saying, all of y'all that have $2,000 to donate, y'all get on the line first, and then everybody else fall in line afterwards according to the amount that you're going to have to donate. This is still problematic for me, but we'll talk more later tonight. If you want to join me, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here on Chronicles of the Diva, Gray Hair Diva, to talk about this more. But in the meantime, let me know your thoughts. Chat with me in the comments, and when I get opportunity, I will chat back. If you're not a subscriber, subscribe. Hit the notification bell so that every time I upload a video, you will be notified. If you are a subscriber, welcome back. Everybody, thanks for watching. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know what you feel about the apology. Listen, at the end of the day, the actual, church goer herself doesn't feel any old kind of way, then you know what? I'm happy for her. But as a general conversation, I still think it was to the left. I still think it was out of pocket. I still think it was out of line. Now, also, I'll show this real quick before we totally close out. Let me see if I can share the screen again. Now he wanted to talk, Marvin Sapp. Marvin Sapp said, morning thought, let's have an honest conversation and please read thoroughly before you respond. How is a pastor wrong for publicly raising finances to advance ministry, feeding families, funding outreach, building community? Yet those who attack the church for doing so are simultaneously generating income through algorithms, clips, and controversy. One raises resources to build the body, the other uses the body perceived flaws to build a brand. Different motives, same monetization. So the real question is, if both are benefiting financially, one is for the church and the other is for personal gain from the conversation around ministry, why is one labeled manipulation while the other is celebrated as authenticity? Let's talk. Marvin, you don't want me to have a talk with you, Mr. Shut the doors, because you asked for a certain amount of money and you said lock the doors, lock the doors. First of all, when you if for people to click and watch a video and have a conversation, they literally don't have to pay anything, right? They're just clicking to listen and weigh in on that particular conversation. And you know, there's a very misunderstanding about people on maybe YouTube or social media and how they make money and how much money they make. You know, someone like me on the very lower end that gets the lower views, I'm not here raking in the dough from my conversation, right? I'm doing this because I want to do it. I'm doing it because I enjoy it. I enjoy having the conversation, so forth and so on. It's like when you get to certain levels, maybe at that point you're raking in the cash off of your algorithm and your views and so forth and so on. But there's a huge difference. He's playing, you know, with semantics here. It's a huge difference between me sitting maybe on my channel and saying, give me $1,000 and I'm going to bless you, versus I'm having a conversation. This is a video about something and you're listening and you're engaging. We'll talk more tonight. He's messy, but that's a whole nother story for another day, maybe tonight. Thanks for watching, guys. Hit the like button. I'll see you on the next video.